Good evening and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. It's Sunday evening. Yes, there was no video this morning because I was recovering from the evening before. We had a lovely night out. Thank you so much for all your best wishes. They were lovely. We had a nice night, ended up at home, out and about at first, so it was a lovely time. So thank you for all the good wishes. Today I want to be talking about words and impressions and looking beyond the words. That's it, looking beyond the words. Now, if you've seen the news, you will see that Nadeem Zahawi has been removed from his place as chairman of the Conservative Party and minister without portfolio and whatever. He has been sacked from government. That does not mean that he is not still an MP. He is still an MP. He still represents his constituency. It's just that he will have to do it from the back benches instead of being part of the cabinet or, the front-facing people of the UK government. So, when the big headlines are coming up saying, oh, he was sacked, your first thought for many people is he no longer has a job. Actually, that's not the way it works with the UK government. He's not been sacked, he's just lost his extra bit, that's all. So, obviously that's been in the news today, and I was having a bit look, and the newspapers and websites and stuff had copies of the letters. So I went and had a look at the letter that was sent from the Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, to the chair of the Conservative Party, Nadeem Zahawi, to see what it said. And I have to say, it's interesting reading, shall we say, because the first paragraph is that following his becoming Prime Minister, he pledged integrity, and having heard of the stuff, he's requested an investigation to which Mr Zahawi has agreed to cooperate. And then there's one paragraph of, following the completion of the investigation, we've found that serious breaches of the ministerial code. He has been informed of Rishi Sunak's decision to remove him from government. So that's the first two paragraphs. There is then another 3 paragraphs after that. And I wrote down little lines on these paragraphs because it just intrigued me. It intrigued me how someone who has been found guilty of misleading Parliament, of misleading comments, misleading statements, and someone who was penalised by HMRC for the way they did their company tax returns, so much so many serious breaches of the ministerial code that he has had to be removed from government. There's one paragraph saying that they were doing an investigation. There's one paragraph saying he was sacked. Then there's 3 paragraphs telling us how wonderful he is, or telling him how wonderful he is. And it says, please, even as you leave, please remember to be proud of your achievements about the COVID vaccine rollout, and that his role was critical, and that he's been a fabulous chairman, and great to have him at the highest levels of government, and he's rightly valued, and I look forward to counting on your support, and thank you for your service. Sorry, what? The man has been found guilty of serious breaches of the ministerial code, and he gets 1 paragraph telling him about the investigation, 1 paragraph to tell him he's sacked, and then 3 paragraphs telling him how wonderful he is. What is that about? That just shows you how seriously this government takes such things. And if he was investigated and was penalised once, how many times has it happened before? It's possibly a question to be asked. And I think it's a question that should be asked of very many members of Parliament on all sides of the benches. Because if it's happened to one, guaranteed, law of percentages says that there's more. And then I had a look at Mr Zahawi's email back to Rishi Sunak that said thank you very much. No apology, no mention of breaking the ministerial code, just that he's concerned about the media, the way the media treated him. What is that about? You broke the ministerial code, you had a penalty from HMRC, no apology, you're just blaming other people for the way they treated you. They treated you the way that you should have been treated when you had done something wrong. They asked questions. They followed the trail of why is this happening? But he's come back with no apology at all, just saying how dreadful the media is. And I mean, it's a full letter saying how fabulous he was and what a great time he had serving the higher levels of government and all that. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the UK government, where even if you try and defraud the HMRC to the point of you getting a penalty from them to the value of millions, you can still serve in the UK government and you can still get praised by the Prime Minister to tell you how fabulous you are, even while sacking you for breaches of the ministerial code. What does that say about our government? Oh my goodness. And yes, I am government bashing. I do not care, because I think that is reprehensible behaviour. So now I'm going to go make a cup of tea and I will catch you later.